Thanks. Yeah, first of all, thank you all for showing up. I know I'm competing with Dawn's talk about the future of FME Cloud and Docker, and yeah, that's a pretty tough competition, I think. So thank you very much for showing. And okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, as mentioned, I'm a geographer and I'm also a certified trainer in FME and working at technical sales and partner manager at Conterra in Münster. So my main fields of work are FME Cloud, MapAppCTL, which is a framework based on ArcGIS Online and has an extension for FME, and Inspire, I know someone who is more or less known in Europe. It's an initiative for harmonizing data all across Europe. So that's are my topics. We are located in Münster in Germany, and yeah, I just want to talk about how does it all began, this project of the new mobility ideas. So the Ministry of Traffic and Digital Infrastructure just had a new idea of sharing their data. They're saying our data, your ideas. So they did a hackathon, organized the first data run, just in hackathon in November of 2015 to just encourage young developers or developers to think of new mobility ideas and how to get their data into use. So we participated in this hackathon, as you can see here on stage. Okay, this is the Minister of Traffic and Digital Infrastructure of Germany, Mr. Dobrindt. And you can see here the team of Conterra, Geocom, and Esri. You can see here, this is Dennis Wilhelm sitting in the front row. He did all the work behind this. As I mentioned, I'm just technical sales, just selling the story, but not working into those FME workspaces. This is Mark Kleemann as well from our team. And I don't know, how many teams participated in this hackathon?
I think there were like 80 participants.
Okay.
I don't know how many teams.
So yeah, 80 participants getting all the same data to use for new mobility ideas, but only one team won, to make it short. And that one team used FME because this was the one team that can make use of the data, because it was very complex data, and the other teams were just struggling in making use of the data and making it accessible for themselves to be able to see what is within the data and how we can make use and build new apps, new routing apps or whatever on that data. So we won that hackathon, Dennis and his team, and we were awarded a prize. And yeah, but what the hackathon showed really, or made obvious, was there was a lot of data was shared, like traffic data, weather data, but in very specific formats. So there were 85 publications of data in there's a mobile data marketplace, they call it, from the ministry, but 79 of it is in DataX2 format. And DataX2 is a very complex format. It's based on XML, so that would have been loved by Don. But for example, when it comes to location, there are several different aspects of location. For example, point coordinates, external referencing, location by reference. I don't know what that. Network location, yeah, thanks. Itinerary or non-ordered locations, whatever that is. So this format is really, really complex, and you need explanations, you need a description for the data. The attributes aren't self-explanatory, so nobody who builds an app wants to deal with that data. So, for example, this is just one construction site in a DataX2 format, and this is LCL, location code list data, saying, okay, between Dortmund and Bochum, in this direction, at kilometer 2042, there's a construction site, and that means there's a traffic jam. So how do you reference that in your app? Or how do you understand that data? And this is quite a lot of text for just one information. There are just coordinates as well to locate that the data set and to locate that traffic jam or that construction site. But yeah, I think I made a point. This is a very complex data format. So what the ministry did, they just mandated us, Conterra and GeoCom, to simplify the use of the data, to just transform the data into easy-to-use formats, to provide it via a web platform, to visualize the data so that you can see what data you are getting and what data you are accessing, and to prepare a second data run. So we just transformed the data into GUJason, which is an open standard and is used in many apps. So it's easy to implement. And it's the same information as we've seen before in the DataX2 format, just in very comprised form. And it's more or less self-explanatory, and yeah, developers can use it really easy, quite easy. So here's the information about the construction site, and here are the coordinates. This is very, yeah, compromised format for this information. So we just built workspaces for every data set that was provided on that platform, on the mobile data marketplace, and transformed the data not only into GeoJSON, but also into more formats like S3 Shape, KML, GML, well-known formats in the geoinformation world. And we just extended the mobile data marketplace with a new data provision concept. That to say, we used FME Cloud to transform the data from the proxy, from the original data, into Amazon buckets of S3, just to provide the GeoJSON to be implemented in new apps. And for the visualization, we just created ArcGIS online feature services to be used in apps as well. And we provided all the data via an RESTful interface. So what the requirements were: the data should be able to be filtered temporally, spatially. You can choose the layers and the formats that you want to have your data, and as well made it machine readable. So of course we used FME Cloud with the publish parameter concept to accomplish this mission, and just publish those services via FME Cloud. And as I said, it was an M fund. It was a funded project of the ministry. And okay, here this is a visualization of the data. This is speed measurement data within ArcGIS Online. And this was a one-year project. So it was just a pilot in the first step. And this is like a marketing slide, but it's only, it's not a marketing slide, it's just showing the benefits of FME Cloud for that project. They don't wanted to buy licenses for that project for 1 year because they don't wanted to pay maintenance afterwards and having a license and don't know how to reuse it. They only needed the FME capabilities in this pilot project context. They don't wanted to set up new hardware, and they needed a quick and easy deployment because 1 year that's not a lot of time to make such a project. So they just bought an FME cloud instance, and we were able to use it, and we were able to use it for another prototype. So now the first use of data projects or pilots are starting. We discussed with the city of Düsseldorf, which is a very, they are providing a lot of data on the marketplace. And we discussed a new project with them to be able to build apps that are that enable socially worthwhile routing. I don't know if that's properly translated, but for example, if you're going to the city and you need a parking lot. You want to reserve your parking lot. You need information about the parking lot, and if it's free or not. Sometimes there are bigger events that are on your way, so you need the information about maybe you just avoid this area on that day in this time slot, and maybe there are touristic highlights that are very very good visited, and you like to maybe avoid this area as well. So all that data is provided on the mobile data marketplace, and that guarantees that you can build apps that use all those information within new apps and new approaches. Like this one, where you just connect yourself with the APIs, whether on the Amazon cloud with GUJason or the ArcGIS online cloud services, to make use of the data that was transformed by FME Cloud from a very complex format like DATX2. So as Donna Dale or Chris Hetfield said this morning, easy access to data is a key for new ideas and for getting forward in your markets. And I think this is the point that I want to make with this presentation. So, so this is to say thank you for listening to my presentation, and if you have questions, please let me know. So, Brett, how was that?
Very good. What was the prize? What was the prize just to do the work with them?
Yeah, to do the project. That was the prize of the first hackathon. I think we didn't won the second hackathon, but maybe they saw that we might were a bit involved in the preparation of that hackathon, so we didn't have a chance to win that second hackathon. But fair enough. That's okay.
Will you be attending a future hackathon similar to this?
I don't know, of this ministry, of course, we will. And we are just about to attend to more hackathons in the future. And right now, I think last week, we were attending a hackathon of the Deutsche Bahn, which is a German railway institution. And of course, it's quite an advantage to enter a hackathon with a tool that can make accessible all data. So, yeah, and you learn new people and get new ideas of that might be important for future business models. Yeah. So thanks.